Guess who just found out their friend group has their own smaller friend group chat without me, and there's 2 group chats, and I'm not in the second one, and that's why they're not talking in the other one. Does anyone feel like their friends, like, genuinely don't like them? Because I feel like I have friends that, like, genuinely don't care about me. And, like, I used to be at a point in my life where I didn't have friends. Now I'm grateful for everyone that comes into my life because I know what it's like to be alone. And now I genuinely think that being alone is better than having fake-ass friends that don't even like you. It's like, if you don't like me, like, just tell me. Like, just tell me you don't like me. Like, I don't understand why you had to be fake. I don't understand why you have to pretend like I'm in the friend group. You have to pretend like we're friends when we're not, because you don't like me. And I'm not gonna sit here and beg to be added to the new chat because I deserve friends who actually like me. I deserve friends who don't talk about me behind my back. I deserve friends who want to be with me. I deserve friends who, like, don't make fun of me. I deserve friends who like me for me, so why am I begging for scraps? I just hate it. Like, I have friends, but, like, I'm the floater friend. I've always had friends all my life, but I've never had, like, a best friend. Like, I'm no one's first pick, and I know that, and that's okay, but it just, like, hurts sometimes because, like, I try my best, and, like, this is so dramatic and stupid. And I probably sound annoying as hell right now because my voice gets really high-pitched when I cry. It's like, I thought we were friends, so then why do you have a separate group chat without me? Like, at that point, just why do you even have me in the friend group? Like, why do you even hang out with me if you don't like me? Like, just tell me. And, like, they know this makes me upset, and they, like, say it's, like, a joke. They say that they're just, like, rage baiting me because they think it's funny, but, like, why do you think me being upset is funny? Why do you think hurting me is funny? Like, what is wrong with you? And, like, they're literally hanging out, like, just them, like, the whole group is hanging out without me, and they keep sending photos of them, like, hanging out without me. Like, why? Like, if you don't like me, then just say that. You don't have to do this. It's, like, so mean. Like, it's literally worse than having no friends. I've been at a point over my life where, like, I've had no friends before, and, like, I genuinely think being alone is so much better than having friends that don't even like you, don't even care about you. And now they're texting me and they're like, oh, well, Bella, like, trust me, like, no, we're still like you. Like, it's just, like, you know, like, we've been friends for, like, longer. Like, okay, I get it. I guess that makes sense, but, like, then just don't show me, then don't, like, tell me, then don't make plans in front of my face and say, like, oh, like, everyone can come except you. Like, that's so stupid, and that's so mean. Just, like, I get it if you guys have been friends for longer, if you guys don't like me or whatever, like, it's fine, but why do you have to bring it up in front of me? And, like, they, like, make fun of me because, like, they were like, oh, like, we're planning a trip, and then they start getting all hyped about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds so much fun, guys. Like, yeah, I'm free that day. And they're like, who told you you could go? Like, okay, then don't say it in front of me. Like, that's so stupid. I don't know, at this point, like, I feel like I just need to, like, stand on business and not be begging them to be friends with me, not be begging to hang out, not be texting, oh, like, it's been so long, I miss you guys. Not be begging to be friends with them, not, like, salvaging a friendship that is seriously so one-sided. Like, I'm sorry I care about you, I'm sorry I want to hang out with you, like, I don't know what's so wrong with that and what's so embarrassing about that. And I'm most definitely not gonna be begged to be added to the new chat because, like, that's literally what they want me to do. Like, it's like they're like into me suffering. And I think it's weird. Like, why are you entertained by this? Why? Like, that's so horrible. And, like, I thought for once, like, oh, like, guys, I'm actually starting to make friends again. Like, no. Haha, sucks for you. You thought you were having friends. No, you're actually gonna have worse. I thought, like, my life was finally going up, but I thought, like, okay, like, now I have people that love me. Now I have, like, people to hang out with. But, like, honestly, I had so much more fun, like, going to the mall by myself, going out to dinner by myself, doing all these things by myself, like, being around people and surrounded by people that don't even like me and take little hits at me, but then they're like, oh, it's just a joke, oh, we want what's best for you. No, you don't! You're fake! You're fake! I think I just need a little break from people because they really stress me out. At least I have you guys, but, like, it's just annoying. And, like, hurtful. I deserve people who care about me and who love me for me, and I shouldn't have to salvage or beg people to hang out with me because I deserve someone who genuinely enjoys my presence. And it's not like I'm a shit friend. Like, I've been trying my best and I've been trying to be a good person, and I'm very supportive and I'm very loyal, and I talk to them a lot, and I always ask to hang out, and I'm always, like, down to do things. I'm not judgmental, and I try my best, and I listen to everyone, and I even listen to your 20-minute voice memos, but that's not enough. I just feel like my entire life, or, like, just recently in general, I've always been like a floater friend. Like, I have friends, but I'm never anyone's number one. And I know there's some people out there that don't have friends, so I guess I should be grateful for what I have, but it's just like hurtful. It's just like, okay, if you don't like me, then you don't have to keep me around. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for getting unready with me. I do not wish fake friendships on any of you guys, but maybe this is just a little canon event that I have to go through to learn to respect myself more. I love you guys so much. Be kind to others, but also make sure to be kind to yourself. Bye, guys.
Story time on how I found out my best friend of 5 years, my baby's godmother, actually hated me our entire 5 years of being friends. And yesterday, she confessed to me after 5 years she never liked me. She hated my guts the entire time. And why you should vet your friendships just the same way that you vet your relationships. Me and this girl was friends since 2020 during the pandemic, like early 2020. We met on social media. I think it was even 2019. We hit it off real well. We had the same interests, I'll just say that. We didn't officially meet up in person until I moved to Atlanta in 2021 because she lives in South Carolina and I was in New Jersey, New York. So obviously coming to South Carolina was not in the plans. We building a friendship. We're getting real close. I get married in 2021. She was already married for 2 years when we met. So our husbands met. They got super close. We had this whole like family group chat. We all close and da, right? We are like peas in the pod, all of us. I say peas in the pod, I mean families meeting each other, hanging out at each other's houses. We even felt comfortable when we found out we were pregnant in 2022 that they were going to be our new baby's godmother and godfather. So this all is catching me by surprise. Had to give you a little backstory. Yesterday, I get a call, ring, 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 ring. Catches me off guard, completely off guard. Homegirl says, hey, I have something to tell you. I've been feeling this way for so long. But mind you, as of recently, I've been telling my husband, I feel like something is off between me and her. Like, you know when you have that feeling, ladies? Like, you know when you know. You have a feeling something is off. But everything kept flying over my head. So she asked, can she call me? We get on the phone. And she's like, all right, I got something to tell you. For the past 4 or 5 years, I've never liked you. I've always been jealous of you. I've always hated you. You can predict. My mouth was like, what? I literally kept saying, what? What are you talking about? We were just planning to see each other next month. All of us, our families getting together and having a good time for the holidays. And this is how you were feeling the entire time? But that's not even the half of what she had to say. She goes on to say that she was always praying against the things that I was praying for. So when I was telling her that my husband and I were praying for a baby, and this was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, when I was telling her these things, she said that she was praying and hoping that we wouldn't conceive. She was praying and believing that when we were pregnant, the baby wouldn't be born. When I was pregnant around like 26, 27 weeks, you know, when you get tests for gestational diabetes, I was actually diagnosed with gestational diabetes. I had to retake the test. So, you know, you call your friend, you tell your friend, whatever, like, hey, like, pray for me and all these things. Girl said that she was praying that the opposite would happen of what we wanted, which is, of course, for the gestational diabetes to be removed so that I can have a healthy pregnancy. If you know anything about gestational diabetes in itself, you know that that's nothing to play with when you are pregnant at all. So the fact that she found that fun and joyful, and I still called her best friend, and she knew that this baby was going to be her godchild, and she felt comfortable feeling that way, blows my mind. So anyways, the whole time we were on the phone, I'm just listening. I'm just quiet because I'm trying to like take in everything that she's saying because I actually can't believe that these things were going over my head. One time while I was pregnant, it was November of 2022 and I was due March 2023. I came to her because I had a feeling like something was off. And again, like when you feel something is off, you really need to take heed and pray about whatever it is that you feel is off of your spirit. So I said something was off. I addressed it with her and we agreed that we both can do better as friends. I should have took that as a sign right then and there to dead this friendship. But she assured me that what I was feeling off was not the case. She was genuinely there to be my friend. The same time I felt this way was the same time I had the gestational diabetes and she felt a way about me being pregnant, I suppose. She continued on to say that she's always felt competition between us. Whenever I started my photography business, she felt competition in there. Whenever she seen that we were essentially making money moves, I'll just say it like that, she felt some sort of way about that. So last year, December, November, I don't know if you've seen on my TikTok page, if you scroll down, I shared that we were facing eviction, right? She knew about that and her husband knew about that because we were all close. We were like family. So like we're going to the people that we're the most closest to pray for us and to cover us, that of course that we don't end up on the street with a 9-month-old. This girl prayed that we would not have a home to live in. She prayed, she said this out of her own mouth. She was just hoping that we would end up homeless with the 9-month-old that is her godchild, and then still had the audacity to open up her home for us to live there, even though she was feeling these things. She said that it made her feel like they were doing better than us. This is a best friend, somebody that you're confiding in. I was almost like dishing information for her to pray against on me. Better for me wasn't the fact that she didn't like me this whole entire time. It's that I gave her access to my child, the one that I had prayed for to be here, and I entrusted her to come into agreement with me for this baby. But she had a whole separate agenda this entire time of canceling his life, and I entrusted her to be his godparent. I'm gonna leave it here because she says way more. If you want to hear part 2, then let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna just leave one thing for you ladies. Vet your friendships the same way that you are going to vet your relationships. The same way that you're going to pray and seek God about if this is the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You need to be praying and asking God, is this a friendship I need to be pouring myself out into? You need to pray and ask God for discernment when we're sharing things with friends. That is women. Sometimes we just want to get all close because we like the same things. We like content creation. We all just gonna be friends. We like photography. We just all gonna be friends. And no, like ask God, what is the kingdom purpose here for our friendship? Is this somebody I'm gonna do life with? Is this somebody I should share my deepest, darkest secrets with? Is this somebody that I can trust with my entire life? Is this somebody I could bring around family? The list goes on. You need to vet your friendships the same exact way that you're going to be vetting your relationships. And that's one thing that I took away from this. And these things for sure will never happen again. Well, all in all, girl, I'm just excited that God has removed the one thing that I knew was a hindrance in my life. And now I can just move forward with what God has for me in this season. But overall, I just feel like this is all crazy. This is like a movie. I can't believe it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Story time. So boom. I'm getting my makeup done yesterday and I'm over here running through my friendship trauma. Like just years of trauma and going through friends that actually hated me. Dating this story back to middle school days. I must have been in either 7th or 8th grade. I meet this girl for the sake of the story and to protect her privacy. We're gonna call her Yvette, which is actually pretty close to her actual name. But I met Yvette, don't actually remember how I met her. She didn't live in the same town as me. She was older than me. She went to high school. She comes to my house. We're having a grand old time. We're kind of like building this friendship up. Anytime she was over, usually my other cousin was over. That was my mom's best friend's daughter. So we all kind of had like a little threes, a charm situation. And, you know, this girl ends up becoming a good friend to me. Now, mind you, 7th or 8th grade, I have to be anywhere from like 12 or 13. So still very much innocent, even though this girl was not. And I remember confiding in her and this of events of me realizing, oh, you actually hate me. So I remember confiding in her about this boy that I went to elementary school who kind of stayed throughout all of my years, elementary, middle, and then he went off to high school and I was still in middle school because he was older than me, and I just had this little crush on him, thought he was so handsome. And I remember telling her like, oh my gosh, this boy, I've always had a crush on him. We used to have like an extra help class together in elementary school. I showed her his socials. I don't know if it was like a MySpace at the time. I think it was MySpace if we're dating it back to middle school. And so I showed this girl what this boy looks like. Mind you, we're not from the same town, so she has no business like following his MySpace or like getting in contact with him, they really probably would have never crossed paths. So fast forward, we hadn't chilled for a little bit. She comes through to my house maybe a couple weeks later with the biggest blister on her lip. And I was like, it was like cold sore vibes. And I'm like, girl, what's going on? Are you okay? What happened? And she was dead ass honest. She told me straight up, she was like, oh, I got this from kissing, we'll name him Carter for the sake of the story, which is very close to his actual name. She's like, I got this from kissing Carter. And I was like, hold on, what? And I'm confused because at this point, I think I had started messaging this boy. I was maybe in 8th grade. And sometimes there would be a bus that would come from the high school that would pick up some of the kids or drop them off. Something about, there was like a sport. And sometimes he would get dropped off on that bus at the middle school, and he would like come by to my bus and say hi to me. And for me, again, I was so innocent. I was like, oh my God, my crush is coming to see me at middle school to say hi to me. So I thought we were like really locked in, me and this kid. Obviously I'm naive and that was not the case. So she comes and tells me this, and I'm like, first of all, ill, and second of all, good that you got a cold sore, because what are you doing kissing my crush? So I was like, oh, like, how did you guys even, like, how did this happen? How did you meet? And she really didn't have much of an explanation other than she messaged him, reached out, and they kind of linked up. And if I remember correctly, I even think she got some sort of STD from this kid, because like she was way ahead of me, girl. She was pop locking and dropping it, and I was not. And so they were doing the damn thing. They ended up dating, whatever. And for some reason, I stood friends with her. I really tried to like understand people. This has always been my thing my entire life. And so I just was like, you know, she's misled and whatever. Anyways, moving along. He's in high school. I'm still in middle school. I end up like just dropping that crush because I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. Whatever. That's your boo. He gave you a cold sore. He gave you an STD. I'm not even doing all that anyway. So I really am not the girl for him. And so that happened. Fast forward, the computer at that point was starting to become more of a thing with MySpace, with AIM, having like custom away messages. If you know, you know. So she ended up going on my computer, and she was on AIM because she didn't have a computer of her own at her house, and she lived with her grandmother because like her at home situation, that's her story to tell anyways, honestly. It wasn't ideal. And so she came over to my house, her grandmother dropped her off, and she was on my computer for a little bit. I'm sitting here yapping it up, kikiing with my cousin. Then my cousin gets to turn on the computer. Then I end up going on the computer after them. And when you go on AIM, and this is something that I've ran into 2 instances in my life of people using my computer and logging off AIM and me seeing the username. Of course, it saves the username in the drop-down menu. I ended up getting ready to log in, and I see in the menu a username of basically an AIM messenger that had been messaging me maybe a couple days prior, really mean things on AIM. Mind you, I'm in middle school. I'm already dealing with going to a school with basically majority white people. That's another story for another day. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm very much a brown girl. Again, another story for another day. But this AIM was messaging me like, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, nobody would want you. And I was messaging him back like, who are you? Like, why are you even saying these things? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's definitely one of these girls from my school. This is very much them coded. Messenger that was messaging me all those mean things maybe 2-3 days prior in my history. And she had been the last one off of the computer. To me really, because at this point I had seen it, clocked her tea, didn't say anything while she was at my house, because I'm like, I'm really not gonna get anywhere with this girl, and also I'm never speaking to her again. And one thing about me, if I'm done with you, whether it be in a friendship or in a relationship, I'm really the type of person that I will cut you off. Like, I will not speak to you again. It's good riddance. No thank you. we've served our time together and that's that. So even back then, I was very much, this girl's gonna leave my house and she's never gonna see me again and never speak to me again after I address what I saw. She ends up going home. I ended up texting her like, why would you send me these messages? And I sent her a picture of the username logged into my computer. And I was like, I know this was you. And I recall, instead of her denying it, she was just like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't realize that you would find out. And I was gagged, guys. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Because even back then, I was never on that type of time. I'm not on that type of time now. I'm not on that type of time back then. If I don't like you, I don't like you. There doesn't need to be fake pages. There doesn't need to be me saying mean things. That's it. It just could be that. And why would I be friends with someone I hate? And so that's the story time about how this girl really hated me, thought I was all of these things, or maybe she just felt intimidated by me being so young and maybe having things that she didn't, and she projected that into being mean. But I cut her off and never spoke to her again. And I'm so glad I did. And I'm so glad that God revealed that to me through AIM, because that was actually crazy.